Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are new to the channel, I am Mommy Lala, and welcome to the finale of Stashtember 2025. It's bittersweet in the sense that I have been loving going live almost every day. The past couple of 2 days, I was not able to, but it was a much needed rest because, of course, yesterday I had Bible study, and Sunday I did spend it I spend a little time with my kids, right? So thank you so much for being here for Stash Timber finale, right? So this is basically a challenge where for the past 30 days, every day there is a prompt, and that prompt is supposedly to help you go through your stash, specifically your stamps, as September is really normally known as Stamp Timber in our community. I just tweaked it a bit to focus on the stash, okay, the stamps that we have in our stash that for some reason, not because they're not nice, they're not beautiful, we had them because we wanted them, right? It's just that I don't know, for whatever reason, again, no judgment, we were not able to use it. And so intentionally this September, in my own little way, I hope that you have been able to go through some of your stash and made use of it. I will show you later how many cards, more or less, I have been able to create this whole September, and more or less how many stamps have I actually smashed. All right. So again, what are the prompts for today? All right. So the prompts are, of course, okay. So before this one, okay, there is, okay. Oh, I lost it. Okay, hold on. All right, so there is this one. All right, so for 28. All right, so for day 28, it is stamp a gift. You're supposed to stamp on a tag, okay, or a notebook or something that you would give away as a gift, right? So I know for some of us, that includes me, I have actually started preparing for the holidays, especially that I have PrintCon coming up. It's a 3-day event. For those who are in the Philippines, feel free to join us. Okay, I will be starting to post more of, our PrintCon event in the coming days. So I will be selling some of my handmade artisanal products, as well as showcasing some of the cards that I have made over the years, right? So, okay, so that's a prompt for day number 28. All right. And then for day number 29 and 30th. All right. So the 29th is before and after. So show a never used stamp. Again, the intent is to really go through your stash and go through those stamps that you have never used. Or if you don't have any, most of them you have used, but maybe that one stamp or several stamps that you have not maximized, so to speak. Maybe you used it one time and never again, so hopefully you could use it more. And then for day 30, okay, and then transform that into a masterpiece transformation. Whatever that means to you, okay, is up to you, right? So maybe when they talk about my way of saying, a masterpiece transformation, for me, that would be something that I can create using or doing something that I'm so afraid of. All right. And that is going to be water. I'm going to be watercoloring that stamp that I'm going to use for this. And that, for me, if I achieve it, is a masterpiece, right? And then, of course, for day 30, and that's that today's prompt, it is, create your favorite project of the month, okay, using at least 3 different unused stamps, okay, together. I really enjoyed each and every project that we did this month. So for me, the way I'm going to take day 30 is I'm just really going to get 3 stamps that I have not used. Okay, because every time I would put them out, somehow we didn't get to use that because we wanted to do something else, right? So that's what I'm going to do for day 30. So whatever your take is, absolutely, those are just inspiration points. Take away, how take it whatever way you want to do it, right? So let me go back to the chat first. Again, thank you so much to dear friends who are here early. Susan, of course. Okay. Whoa, Giant. All right. So because remember, I tweaked my what do you call this? I tweaked my what do you call this? My live stream for when I had Jay for day 27, right? So anyway, so Susan says, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And of course, I'm so grateful to Susan because, you know, there are days that both of us are not really feeling well, but as much as she can, she is here and is helping me, okay, moderate the chat and as well as keeping me intact or in tabs with, you know, things that I don't know. She Googles it for me and then she shares it in the chat. So again, Susan, for the almost 60 days, okay, 2 months of being here, thank you, my dear friend. I truly, truly appreciate it. God bless you, my friend. And of course, here with us early today, Yvette. Hello, hello. Yes, yesterday was Yvette's weekly regular live stream. I hope that you were able to go through that. Apologies, I wasn't there in the live because I had Bible study. That's why I also didn't get to go live yesterday. But I did watch on replay. I am team replay, right? And of course, we have Linda. And I know Linda is on her way out to walk the ducks. But don't worry, most of the time, when she arrives back from the walk, she is going to be joining us in the chat. Again, safe walk. Okay, dear Linda, again, take care of your shoulders. And we have Barbara on Facebook. Thank you so much, Barbara. Okay, and safe travels again as you go to work. Thank you so much, my friend. There you go. And of course, Susan saying hi to everyone. All right, so now without further ado, because we are going to be smashing 3 days of Stashtember, so I really need to do this. All right, and dropping by before work, indeed. Thank you so much. And now Barbara even went to YouTube. Thank you so much, Barbara. All right, so let's start. So I do have 3 sets here, all right? So this is gonna be for day 28. This is day 29 and this is day 30, all right? So day 28, you don't need to worry because I already know that this is the one I'm going to look at this. I have the stamp, I have the die, and I even have the add-on die. This is a release from Lawn Fawn that was released about 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And it's so perfect, right? I've never used it, right? So for those who don't know, I really love interactive cards. And I feel that Lawn Fawn, from then until today, has really put up a lot of very fun interactive cards. And also, you know, very cute critters, right? So I have built up quite a collection of Lawn Fawn, and thus I think that's the reason why this got somehow stashed, because, you know, somehow there's so many of them, I wasn't able to keep tabs of this one. So for the tag for gifts, okay, for day 28, this is what I'm gonna be using. Now for day 29, all right, so that is, okay, I'm gonna need your help for this, okay? So this is the part where as I told you, I'm going to create a masterpiece. This is gonna be a 5x7, okay, based on my own opinion, right? All right. So do you see my shirt? This is one of my shirts, right? So one of my merch. It says Fussy Cut Pamor. Pamor is pa means in the Filipino it's more, right? So it's add more, right? So fussy, because you know, guys, I do love fussy cutting, right? So anyways, okay, so this one, okay, so I actually have 5 of this, but out of the 5 I've only used 1. Okay, where is it? Hold on, I think it's here. Okay. So out of the 5, this is the only one that I have used. And I think I've used this twice, right? So for tonight, but I do have 5 of them, right? So I want you to tell me which one you want to make which one you want me to make and turn into a card. And I'll be watercoloring. Okay, so for those who are here, it's like, so what's wrong with? Because watercoloring is, you know, how do you call that? Pet peeve? something I'm scared about. If I can get away with not doing that, I will not. Okay, but I have to embrace it because it's a beautiful, beautiful art technique. It's just that I'm not good at it. That's why. All right. So tell me, do you want me to do this? This is number 1. Okay, I need to do something with this camera. It's not focusing properly. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4. This is from Prima. Okay, these are Prima Princesses Cling stamps. Okay, so you have 4 is Stella. 3 is Zara. 2 is Sydney. And 1 is Giselle. All right, so which one do you want me to make? Because I couldn't decide, so I need your help for this one. And of course, we have Shanna. Hi, Shanna. Oh my goodness, my what do you call this? My chats are all over the place. All right, so I will need your help for that, my friends. All right, so that's the only one I need help with because for day 30th, I'm gonna use all of these in one card. Okay, I'm gonna slap them all together into one card. All right, and it's gonna be a slim line card because how can I put all of them together if it's an A2 card? Cannot. So I decided I will make a slim line card. All right, so okay, Susan said 1. Okay, so you want Giselle? Gosh, it's hard. I feel it's hard. Okay, so 1. Okay, Barbara said 1 or 4. Okay. So any more? All of them in one. Susan again. Oh, yes, the last one. Yes, all of them in one card. Yes. So this one, I'm going to smash, but not all of them, but, bits and pieces from here, from here, from here, and from here. Right? And turn it into one card. All right. So 1 and 4. Okay. This is 2 and 3. Okay. So now it's just a battle between number 1 and number 4, my friends. Okay. Any more? Okay, so if you are new and you're lurking, that's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for dropping by. And I hope that you are loving or gonna love what we are gonna do today. All right, so let me see. How am I gonna? Okay. I cannot do both because I'm gonna go crazy if I do both. Right? So you know what, friends? Although I know one is like there's 2 of you for the 1. And then but I feel this is so hard. But you know what? Okay, I have to be fair. You guys said 1. Okay. Good luck, Lala. Good luck. All right, so let's start. Okay, thank you so much, Linda. I mean Susan and Barbara. All right, so let's start. So first, I want to show you. Okay, so normally, I really like creating tags, right? Because in every gift I give, okay, so I do add tags, personalized tags. So you know how it is when you cut, let's say you have a bigger cardstock and then you always end up with like strips of paper, right? Especially if you have like a 12 by 12. So I often, like this kind of length, right? Or probably like this kind of, like this kind of length, right? So I just fold them into half, and now I have my mini gift tags, right? So what I do with this mini gift tags is sometimes I would it's too bright. Hold on. The camera is finding it hard to pick up. Okay, the details because it's too bright. Okay, so let's darken it a little bit. Spot. Hold on, I'm really exposure, compensation. Let me see. Maybe a little negative. quick. Okay, if I turn autofocus off, okay, and do manual, fail. Anyways, so something like that, okay? And then eventually, I would also use, those scraps of paper that I have, okay, and turn them into something like this, right? So this is the only ephemera piece that was left for this collection. And so I just added it, a pattern paper, and then that's it. This one, okay, what do you call this? Dry embossed background. Okay, and then him. Okay, and then this one is also a dry embossed background, and then I fussy cut one of the, this came from like a paper, and then just added a little bit of sentiment, like let's get cozy. And this one is just a plain one. Okay, I'm still gonna decorate that one. All right, this one, mailing service wish list, rain or snow. Okay, this one I actually even added, my calligraphy. Right, so this one the same. Okay, and then this one, holidays. This one from last year's Spellbinders Advent Calendar. This was one of the stamp sets on one of the days. So here I combined also different ephemera. Okay, underneath is a dry embossed, background. All right, and then that one. See, so this one is, I think, a 3x3, and then I also have them in like where's my 2x2s? Where did I put the ones that are finished? Okay, so that I can just show you samples. I don't know where I placed them. Okay, I think this one. All right, so you have here this one. This is the 2x2. Okay, the smaller one. So you have cheer. So it's really so fun to make these tags, right? So that, when you need to get one, you just simply, get one. So you have falala, tis the season, these sentiments are part of a 12 by 12, right? So there's a 12 by 12 pattern paper where it is all about Christmas sentiments, and this cut through all of those, and they're perfect for, tags like this. These are all from a 12 by 12 paper. I forgot what it is anyways. So it's very easy, right? So you can easily, maybe in 2 to 3 hours create as, many, okay, tags as you can. And then earlier on, what I did was to, if you have this kind of puncher, right? So if you remember the strips again of, solid card stocks that when we create cards, we don't throw them, right? So if you have those that are like 2 inches wide, 2.5, 1.5, it easily goes into this one like so, right? So that you could easily create, a tag. Okay, so normally I don't even look at that, so I can use whatever size card I have as long as it would fit that one. Let me see if I can get one, right? And then I will just put it back there. Okay, and then try to, make sure it's even. I cut, all right, and then I have a tag, right? So if you have something like a tag like this, that's very useful to create, this kinds of tags super fast. This was one of the foiled, not just foiled, but yes, it's a Spellbinders template, okay? And then, so what I did earlier on was, to cut I had a lot of strips of paper. It's kind of odd, right? But it's great, gift tag, right? So I just stamped all of these. Okay, so using, again, the stamps I used here were actually stamps that are, this one. It's a very cheap stamp. It's a generic stamp, right? And then I just, but I have not used it. And so it was so hard to actually make it stamp proper. Even if I've stamped like 20 of them, it's still not as good as it should be. But then again, in the end, it's okay, right? Because you're gonna put anyway just a sentiment to slap onto a gift. And then I have that, okay, just a regular one. So again, just, and then this one I will color in later. This one's from Mama Elephant. It's beautiful stamp. I don't know why I have not used it. So look, this is a sample of Okay, one that I actually was able to color and then just add a eyelet so that it's easier to put in, ribbons. Holiday greetings, right? So there you go. So these are just some of the awesome ways again to use your scraps, right? Create tags, okay? Whether they're tags like this or, mini gift tags like the one that, you can actually like fold, right? So again, it is up to you. But these are the kinds of gift tags that I normally love giving. And I even have, remember those smaller scraps, right? So there's a scrap like this one. I still, put it at the back of that puncher and tried to create, blank tags, right? So flat, whatever size, doesn't have to be the same, right? And I even have tags that are just, sentiments, right? And probably I'll put something like a ribbon or brads or whatever, or a little bit of bling, right? So sending you warm hugs in a mug because that was supposed to be that one. You warm my heart and soul. So a lot, just that. Okay. So I hope that gives you, inspires you to create, tags as well, right? So there you go. All from scraps of, solid white cardstocks that I use normally for my bases. Okay, but for tonight, okay, the actual project for this one is again, of course, an unused stamp. 7 years and counting, right? So I loved it so much. I have the stamp, the coordinating die, and of course, the add-on die. This is the For You Dear. Okay, so this is the For You Dear. Okay, come on. Kind of doesn't want to focus. All right, so there, the For You Dear. Oh, dear. It is. All right, so what I did was to just use this one, okay, the coordinating or the add-on die so that I could already cut it, and this is where we're gonna stamp. Okay, so apologies for the it's not so clear. I need to tweak this. Okay, I haven't had the time to actually prepare prior to. So there are two kinds, right? So one with a bear and one that is like a deer. Okay, so one that is a bear and one that looks like a deer. Okay, so we're going to try. Okay, not try, but we are going to. Okay, so this is a sticky mat on a stamping platform, and I am using a Misty tonight. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna do the bears. Okay. We're going to do some of the bears. Okay, so normally I would do this, right? So that I can smash or I can create a lot of cards at the same time, right? So again, if, it would fit your stamping platform, why not? And because, the stamp also has a lot of sentiments, right? So why not, anyway, I want to smash this stamp set. So why not go ahead and make use of it? As you can see, it has never been used. Look at that, right? Very pristine, right? So let us go ahead and try to use as many of this as we can, all right? So for the interest of time, I will normally with sentiments, I like heat embossing them. Okay, but for tonight, we are not. We're just gonna go and simply stamp all of them. Okay, so the downside of doing this, my friends, normally you have to make sure that you're stamping evenly. Okay, otherwise. Okay, so if you want, you can even, stamp the background first. But again, as we are under, we have to do 3 projects tonight. So I'm not going to go crazy and add more techniques to it. Oh wow, it's perfect. It's 8. I didn't know that. It just so happened that there's actually 8. All right, so there you go. And then we're just gonna close. Okay, and we're just going to grab and a good what do you call this? The aircon is working, so I'm not gonna die of heat tonight, right? So thank you, Lord, for that amazing blessing. All right, so that is gonna be a problem. Okay, so my are not sticking to my mat, so I need to make sure that I fortify this first, otherwise I will not be able to restamp again. My sticky mat, I need to clean it. That's why it's no longer. You know what? This is gonna be easier. All right, Lala. What are you doing? Okay. Let me just see. And then I will just. I think I just need to put, Plan B. When the sticky mat is not very sticky anymore and you don't have the time, so you just go to Plan B and add some washi tapes onto those so that you can go ahead and restamp if needed. Okay, that is enough. I know this came with a magnet, right? But I have not used that magnet for a long while, as number one, it's kind of sometimes if it's taller or thicker than the stamp, then you won't really get that crisp image. Another one is it also occupies space, so I can't do something like this, right? Like maximize my space. Okay, so we'll just have to do this as a hack. All right, so that I hope that again need to make sure that they're not too. All right. Okay, let me see and lift. Okay, because these stamps are really brand new. Not brand new, but since they're very, very sticky, right? So I'm trying to prime them. All right, so that, and then we will be using, so let's use the Altenew. All right, so what I've been loving this. I've been loving this Gina K. It's kind of an off gray of some sort. I don't know exactly the color, but I've been loving it lately. So it's not that very, very dark, but it does have a nice, for a change, it's not very, very black. So I like that. Okay. So nice thing about, lawn font stamps. Okay, so they normally, have a very good, they normally make great impressions. All right, so I'm using, just a regular, what do you call that? Whiteboard eraser, because I have very weak hands. So there you go. Okay, that's just one pass, right? And for a stamp that has never been used, okay, they actually ink up pretty well, right? Don't you think so? So just to make sure, to make it a little bit, crisper, so to speak. All right, there you go. All right, so we're done with the stamping part. Okay, so now I just need to clean up the sentiments. Right, so again, not all stamps you can get that crisp an image on the first pass. Okay, so normally, right, so you will have, different kinds of issues. Okay, so let me just, put this back over here. Okay, what is this one? I think it's this one. No, what does it say? I can't bear to lose. Where is that one? Oh, it's here. Can't bear. Okay, and this one is just for you. This one is the longer one. Okay, B, A. All right. And this one is don't. Okay, over there. This one is Y. Okay, this one is. This is that, and this one is that one. All right, so I have put it back. Okay, the next one we're going to be stamping is the actual, bear and the deer. All right, so I will reuse this washi tapes. Oh, okay, so why did I remove them? All right, yes, I will remove them. Okay, so then I will now stamp, okay, the images. Okay. Now, if you want, okay, let's see if we can leave one or two. Okay. You can, if you want. Okay, so we'll get the two. Okay, so let's, okay, all the sentiments. Okay, I mean tags, gift tags. Okay, so maybe you have also something similar that you have in your stash, but you have not used just yet. Maybe this is a great opportunity to actually go through those and use them, right? So let's check this out. Okay, so since you can actually do it like this. All right, and maybe let's do a deer on the other side. All right, so let's do the deer onto the other side. Okay, so I don't want you to see the back of my head, so hopefully this is okay, right? And then we're gonna make sure to just secure our, as again, my sticky mat is not so sticky, okay, anymore. I need to clean it. All right, so we're gonna pick up those two stamps. Okay, so we're gonna prime it a bit by just rubbing my hands through it so that it's not very sticky. Okay, and then I'm going to again use, okay, this new favorite of mine. This is a Gina K1. I don't know exactly what the color is, but it's like an off gray, off green kind of sort of, a color. So hopefully that is nice. All right. So not perfectly like in the middle. Okay, but that's fine. All right. So just one pass. I think my deer is a little bit, you know, okay, but we can. But the bear is better. All right. So I think I stamped the bear better. All right. So, and then we can, okay, using, okay, another one. Okay, we can stamp, okay, we can go and stamp the back. We're gonna go get a blank, a blank bear. Oh, that's not a blank bear. Okay, so a blank bear. Okay, and then we're gonna get a blank deer. Okay, and then we're gonna get the back side of the bear and the deer. Again, that comes from the stamp set. Like so, I just hope that I perfectly so I can have, and then I'll just slap them together to create, the back side. Okay, hopefully. Okay, that this thing works. All right, so the heads. Okay. Whoop. Okay. And now we are going to stamp, okay, the back side of our bear and our deer. Hopefully that didn't move. Okay, and all right. Okay, so the bear does need to have a little bit more on this side. All right. So you can cut like many already, right? So perfect. Okay, and then just do them. Okay, after this, you put the other one, especially if you have a sticky mat that is as sticky, not like this where it's not so sticky anymore, right? So what you can do is you put this and this together, right? So you can have like the front and the back, right? So then you can put in a to or from, because there's a to and then there's a love. Okay, so let's put that in. Okay, so we can put that at the back. Okay, so we will move it first. So for those who are in the chat, I'm sorry. Okay, I am just concentrating, my friends, on working on this one. After I finish this, I'll go back to the chat and read off, okay, what you guys are saying. I hope that you are not telling me something that I need to do. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, friends. Right. So again, this is so easy to do. So if it's something that we always need to grab something, right? So we always need that thing to accompany our, let's say, handmade gifts, right? So let's say even the cards that you make, maybe you put them in a a box, right? And so you want the box to have like a gift tag, right? So let us also put that at the back of our bear. So now we do have, okay, Okay, so we have, okay, this is our back bear. We're just gonna put it together. And this is our, where's my deer? Oh, dear. Where's the front of my deer? Okay, hold on. It must have flown. Okay, and okay, let me see. Where is it? Here we go again. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's what it is. Okay, let me see if is it black? Is it, yeah. Okay, so we'll put that aside first. Okay, and let's put it together. Okay, and then we will color it. Okay, after for a very fast. And then we will have finished our first project, right? So gift tags are so easy to make. And, as a card maker, we already have all of the tools or paper crafter that you need to create those, right? So you don't even need to intentionally buy additional products because you already have, the scraps already be the one that you can use. All right. Okay. So there you go. All right. And then I still have all of these. Okay. If I want just one, that one I don't need. If you don't want to put the back one anymore, so you can actually do that as is where is and just, stamp as it is. Okay. Okay. So I'm showing you options. Okay. Depending on how busy you are or how intricate you want your tags to be. Okay, this can be as simple as this one, all right, or as complicated as you want it to be, like decorating it with, clusters, camera, and putting on blings and stuff, right? So there you go. So okay, let me just color this and put the ribbon, and we're gonna call it done. And we're moving on to the next one. All right, so let me just grab some. Okay, we'll put it aside. Okay, I'm just putting it the extra tags so that I won't lose them. All right, so let's go and okay, so for the bear. Okay, so let's just start coloring in our, bear. And I almost made it. Okay. Okay. There you go. It's kind of hard to color when they're very tiny, right? Oh, it made it even cuter. Okay. Okay. I wish I had made it a little bit lighter brown, but let me just grab some and see if we can salvage this bear. Right? Right. The thing about this, they're very, very small. Okay, and then our, what do you call this? The deer. Bring in a lighter one. The thing is with my stash, it's like almost all of my Copic, my alcohol ink markers have dried up. And so I'm having a hard time, you know, let me see if I can find one. Give me one that is right. I don't have it. Gray. Yeah, maybe this one. One gray. Try. Oh, look at that. See? Dried, dried. Oh my goodness. I have to check with the barrels. That a C7 or is it was a C5? So that was a C5. Okay, and then the hooves. Okay, and then we'll have the antlers. Okay, and then we'll have the rest of, you know, his ears. Okay, and then we'll have the rest of his body at the back. Okay, so this is not even brush tip. This is just a fine tip. So I'm mixing up my alcohol markers because most of my Copics are finally like saying goodbye. I don't know if you guys could see it. All right, so that is our deer. And then we'll just put in the antlers. And make the darker, the bottom one darker. All right, and maybe put a little bit of pink on its cheeks. Even on the hair, which we can see. Oh, okay. The back of the bear, though. Okay, so let's do the back of the bear. I hope you guys are still there. All right, and watching. If not, again, I thank you so much for dropping by earlier on. All right, so there goes our bear and our deer. Okay, so two. Okay, for you, dear, and why hello. Okay, I think the sentiment should be why hello, dear should have been here. Anyways, it's okay, right? So that is our first, okay, project. Okay, so now we're moving on to our next one. But before we do that, let's just go back to the chat first. Okay. Ooh, so many people saying hi. Okay. Oh, it was it was a blast. So guys, you can always remember if we we're from all over the world, and sometimes, we are just not able to watch each other's live streams or videos on the actual premiere or live. There's always team replay, right? And actually YouTube or the platforms like that when people also watch on replay. Again, thank you so much, Barbara. I hope that you are already at work. Okay, Susan said that one is so cute. I've only seen that one with the dragon and the unicorn. Oh, so the stuffs I'm working with, right? Love the shirt. Yay, thank you so much. Yes, I like it, right? So, good morning, Shanna. Okay, so again, thank you so much for helping me with that one. Jaden, hello. Jaden, also, thank you so much, my friend, for joining us for Stashtember, right? And also for being here also in the, in the lives as often as you can. I've got that Merry Christmas ephemera. There you go, right? Okay, very cute mini cards. Thank you. All of them are so pretty. Oh, thank you so much. I hope that inspires you to, how it is that we don't normally throw our scraps, because we say, okay, I'm gonna use it for something, right? So tags are the easiest to pull together. Slap those scraps. Absolutely. Shanna is multitasking. All right, so she's definitely working on the project, right? And listening. And thank you so much, Shanna. All right, so Shanna does have a new video up. I think it as a shorts or a video. Of course, she was piecing together those tiny things again, right? So yes, please check it out. Hi, Lala, can I make a tiny announcement? Yes, absolutely, Queen Bee. Go ahead. Yes, my friend. Sorry about that. I'm late because normally when I'm working on something, I just want to focus and then I go back to the chat. So just put it there. Definitely gonna go back to it. Right. So Janet, hello, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Right. And Linda is back. Right. So she's finally back from walking her fur babies. Yes, I've got to do more coloring, said Janet. Okay, I will be driving and listening. Okay, yes, please just listen. Don't look at the chat. Okay, yes. And of course, we have my cat and crafts. Thank you so much, Anna. This is Anna, right? She is based in the UAE, but she's a Filipina and she is an amazing artist crafter. If you have not checked her out, this is actually a new logo, right? A new avatar. It's so cute. I like it, Anna. She's on Facebook, but she is actually on Instagram as well as on Facebook. And we have Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for dropping by, my friend. Actually, speaking of seeing Lisa here in the chat, I suddenly remembered that you can actually stamp this as is. Say, let's just grab one super fast, right? So you can stamp them. Because Lisa, small paper stars. If Lisa seems to be new to you, you have not seen Lisa. Okay, Lisa is from Canada, right? And she's a small business owner. She does make planners, stickers, and also accepts commission works, my friends. So if you're somehow interested in that, yes, please do check out our dear friend Lisa in the chat, right? So what you can do also with this one is for planners, right? So if you are into planners, this can turn into a, okay, so let's just stamp, okay, that thing, the bear, all right, and then, okay, you can, let's do a little bit of fussy cutting here, friends. Wow, we're 58 minutes and I haven't lost anything just yet. Okay. But don't worry, definitely sooner or later I'll be looking for something. Right? So, and then you can fuzzy cut that bear. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to fuzzy cut the bear, whether exactly towards the outline of the bear or, put a little bit of a white background. It's, absolutely up to you. Sorry about my dirty finger. It has been inked as I had been, inking. All right, so you can just fussy cut our dear hair. Okay, so I didn't do this anymore because if I will do more takes on this one, I'm gonna use up all the time I have, and we are going to create 3 Stashtember projects. Okay, so there you go. So okay, so you can have something like that. All right, and then this can now act as like a paper clip. Say you have your notebook. I have like a planner. Okay, I have here, right? So say you've got this planner, right? And then you can turn this into a paper clip. Right? So, or maybe you can cut something out there, right? And then you can stick him in there, right? So you can still make it, but this has been there forever, so I cannot push it anymore, right? But again, it can be a paper clip onto a notebook, a planner, a card, or whatever, right? So again, just another idea if you are going to use this stamp. So it's like, why, Lala? Why have you not used this stamp? This stamp set. These are so cute and so easy to use. You can use for cards, you can use for tags, you can even use for planners. I have no idea as well. It's just, I think, that's what happens sometimes when you have, so much, right? So I think it's a nice, how it is when we have wardrobes. It's like, before you add something onto your closet, you need to remove something like that, right? But again, I hope I'm like that, but I'm not. So there you go. Anyways, I'm just happy that through Stashtember, I was able to go through this one finally after 7 years. right? So I'm sure if it could talk, it would say, "Thank you for finally using me." Right? Okay, so thank you, right? This is the cutest paper clip. Right now, come to think of it, you can use, like, you can turn any of your like stamped image into some sort of a paper clip, right? Okay. All right. So next up. Okay. Next up will be. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna watercolor. My heart is pounding like dug 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 dug. All right, disclaimer. I am in no way, form, or shape great coloring. As you have already seen. Okay, great at coloring, more so with watercolor. So just the reminder that you have been warned. Okay, so I'm going to be using this Fabriano watercolor paper. It's I264 Fabriano, and just in case you want to check it out, right? So there you go. Okay, I've already pre-cut into a size that will fit my. Okay, we're gonna be working with another stamp platform. Okay, so this one is what do you call this? My where is, so now we're starting. We are starting to where is all right. Okay, so there you go. We are gonna stick that onto that one. But normally, I would put this in like a wooden thing, but it's okay. This will have to. Okay. And then we are going to be using the one that you guys have chosen for tonight. And that is Giselle. Okay, it's a Prima Princesses. Okay, part of that collection. It's from Prima. Right? So I don't even remember when I bought this, but this was released in 2017. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 8 years, more or less about the same, probably, age as you look at that. Look at how pristine that stamp is. Yes. So just, the fact that it has never really been used, my friends. Right? So look at how clean that is. It's like, awesome. It's so beautiful. It's so clean, right? So it is a clean stamp, right? So I will do it like that. Okay. There's really something wrong with, my. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna be using this. I cannot restamp because. Okay, so we do have to remove it one. Okay, and put in our washi tapes. Otherwise, I cannot restamp. All right, so we just have to stick that. Okay, because it's very thick. So if I use, so you see my side of my table has a ton of washi tape. So if I need it, I will just grab something from the side and just slap it onto my project. Okay, like so. So that's why there are different colors, different types. Let me see. All right, so there you go. Okay. Okay, I hope that is more than enough. Put this, 2 or another, okay, at the bottom. Okay, just to make it. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to ink that with, where is it? Okay, see? Oh, that's the second time I asked, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Okay, there you go. Okay. Trying to clean as I can. Okay, so we are going to be using a VersaFine. Okay. Since we are going to be watercoloring, so this is And this is a very detailed stamp, right? So this is a perfect ink, okay, to use, okay, to stamp, okay, this awesome, okay, Prisma stamp. Okay, did I ink everything? Okay. All right, and then I will, okay, hopefully, okay, I would have been able to make a great impression. Okay, there it is. Okay, not bad, but not very crisp. As you can see, that part, the one in the middle, somehow didn't. Okay. So I feel that there is a need, okay, for a little bit of a shim onto that middle part. Okay. This is a rubber stamp. Sorry, my son. Okay, because in front of me are all my cameras and lights, so he cannot pass through. All right, so let's just do another pass. All right, this is our second inking, okay, of this one. It's a very, very detailed stamp. It's so beautiful. All right. Oh, I do have a poll in the chat, my friends. I hope that you could answer that because, in lieu of Stashtember, I just want to know, am I the only one or who has, a stash of stamps that I have not, been able to use? How about you guys? Right? So please answer the poll and we will check it out later on. All right. So I feel that, look at that. Right? The kind of a texture you feel is because the watercolor paper does have a texture. All right. So let's see a little bit of that flower. Okay. I feel this part of the flower, okay, is lacking a bit more. Okay. I need to stamp for that one. And then, okay, what else? I think, yeah, just that. And then, okay. I think this part, okay, we need to focus on the face, that part. Okay, so let's do this one more time. All right, so this part and the flowers. Okay, and then where is that? All right. There you go. I feel that is awesome. Now the difficult part, the watercoloring. All right, and I see my dear friend Jay in the chat. Hi, Jay. Oh, Lisa said, I have so many stamps I never gotten to use. I should just send them to you to use, Mommy Lala. No, Lisa, you can do this. These stamps, I even used some stamps. If you would just go back to the Stashtember episode, 20 plus years, Lisa. So as I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do with myself, Lisa. Maybe you can do this as well. I have given myself one more year, okay, to intentionally use those stamps. If by next year, okay, October next year, I still have not used that stamp, okay, I need to make sure that I've intentionally looked at it, right, went through it. And if still I have not used it, then that's the time that I will actually say I need to let go of it. All right, so this is how I clean my stamp. I do have something like this, like a scrubber. All right, so that those stubborn inks that has gotten into the creases, so it's not as pristine as it was the first time, but still not bad, right? So, and then we'll just let it dry a little bit before I put it back in its, container, okay, or holder. Okay, now the watercoloring part. Okay, so for this part, my friends, okay, I am not going to, and of course, I will follow, okay, the prompt. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat. Okay, I'm gonna follow their color. All right, and what am I gonna use for watercoloring? Okay, so I'm not gonna use the liquid watercolors. I am going to use my Derwent watercolor and my Faber Castell watercolors. All right. So the reason I have all of this, my friends, is not because I like them or I know how to use them. It's because my dear moderator daughter, Sammy, got into coloring. You know how it is when the adult coloring book, phenomenon. So that, right? So a lot of people got into that and she did. And she, asked me, Mommy, can we buy this and that? Being okay. Right? So I gladly oblige because I like getting stuff. Right? So we will just come out and let's see which one we actually will be using. All right, so let me see. All right, so I feel that this one has like only one of each of the colors. So maybe we can't use Derwent for today. All right, so I feel that it's best to use the Faber-Castell. So it does have a little bit of, colors that we can choose from. So it has this. This one is canary yellow. One is citron lemon. Let's look at all the yellows we have over here. This one is cadmium lemon. All right. And then, whoop, another one fell into the trash can. Okay. And this one is, what is this one? Cream. All right. So I think, yes, that is the play of yellow colors that we're going to be working with today. All right. So we can pull this aside now. So I feel that one of them I need to. Okay. Oh, I don't have the sharpener. Okay. Anyways, it's okay. All right. Oh, the face. Right. So for the face, right? So this one. Okay. So we need to look for something for the face. So we'll probably use this light flesh. Okay, and what else could we use for that? Raw amber. No, that's too dark. Okay, gold ochre. No. Okay, I'm trying to look for. Okay, you know what? But those are not watercolor. Ooh. Let me check the other one. The Derwent one has something for like the skin. This is Copper Beach. Okay, so maybe this one is rose pink. Yeah, maybe that. This one is terracotta. Nope. I do have one that is for skin tones. Okay. I'm not sure though if they are for watercolors. Anyways, let's try first with the one for watercolors. So that we'll get some, watercolor brushes. This is it, Pansit. Wims! Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. Oop. I accidentally turned off my lights. Is that better? It was kind of better, right? Okay, when I turned off my lights. All right, I'm darker, but that's fine. Is this the closest I can? I was like this. It's not too close, but anyways, this is it, Pansit. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Whew, whew. Breathe, Lala, breathe. Okay. So I am just laying down the colors. Okay. Laying down the colors onto the sides. Okay, so this is a watercolor pencil once again. The one I'm using is from Faber-Castell. All right, and so I am putting in like darker parts on like those that are on the sides, as somehow they are the ones that would, have shadows. Okay, so if you do have questions about watercoloring, I see Wims in the chat. She is the perfect person to actually ask about this, not Mommy Lala. All right, this is Pansit. Okay, now I'm gonna lay down my water. Okay, this is a brush pen. Okay, so I'm just introducing water. Okay, slowly. Okay, and so it is dissolving the pigments slowly. Okay, and so I didn't use the wet on wet. I'm using the wet on dry. What do you think of that? Okay, in fairness, it can't be seen camera work. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but yeah. All right, so maybe I need to, to dry it a little bit. Okay. So before I proceed. All right. So let's go over that with light flesh. Okay. So again, light flesh. So this part. Okay. A little more. Okay, just putting again more on the sides. Oh, I wish this light could really kind of somehow show. I was like, oh, this part. I forgot the shoulders. There you go, her shoulders. All right. So let's check out the rest. Okay, her hair, her golden hair, right? So, okay. So I guess we start with the lightest. All right. So, all right. So that. Oh my goodness, where's the rest of her hair? Right, so that. Wow. This is like, Gotta find the hair somehow. Not that. This. Not that. And then that one is not. Okay, you have this flower. Okay, so and then you have that flower. So this is hair. This is hair. Okay, where is that leaf? Okay, that from here. 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 So that is. Do I still have something? All right, this is here. Okay. All right. Okay, and then where is my watercolor? Okay. This is the very light one. That one is the cream. It says cream. Okay, and then we'll do, what is this? This is cadmium. Okay. So there are parts of her hair, like the curves where they curve are supposedly like lighter ones. Okay, is that no? All right, so that's the part that is hair. The others are actually flowers. Thank you, Susan. Right, so this stamp is from Prima, right? You know how Prima makes really awesome, stuff. Okay, and then thank you so much, Wims. Anna has also shared her stash. Oh, yes, definitely, since it's our last day today. Yes, so we will go through this Discord. So if you are part of the Discord, yes, so I'll definitely pull in, some of our dear friends. Jaden, if you also can share in Discord, that would be awesome, my friend. Right? So it's time to showcase your awesome works, my friends. Right? So it has been awesome. I also got very much inspired with what everybody else is doing. How you have I also have to, though Vicky is not here in the chat right now. I think she did maybe 7 or 8 out of the 30, right? So despite being still in the process of recovery from her recent surgery, and Anna of My Cat and Crafts actually has been on vacation. But despite being on vacation, she has been on a cruise, right? So she is, and of course, in between creating her design team projects as well. She is part of several design teams of different companies as well. She is able to join us for Stashtember, and for that, I am really grateful, my friends. Right? So I think my chat in here is not updated. I don't know why. Okay, but I can see from my, what do you call this? My computer. I know my iPad. Okay, where I'm also monitoring. Okay, that there are actually parts in the chat. Okay, like Wim saying hi to everybody, right? So, and she hopes that she didn't miss anyone. If she did, it was not intentional. It's just that probably she missed some of, as she was going through, going back. Okay, is Mira already asleep, Wims? Right? So if you have not checked out, okay, I will try to go through all of the different days. I will also show you, okay, all the things I did for Stashtember. All right, so okay, so let's show that a little bit. Okay, so that is her face. I hope you're seeing that a little. Okay, so let me just clean. All right, and then probably go with another brush. Okay, and I am trying to. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that is her golden hair. And in between are flowers. Although this one just showcase, just her face and her hair, right? So for this one, let's just color it, right? So let's just color the rest of, the stuff. Maybe not all, but maybe some of the flowers, right? So let's go through again some of our colors here for the flowers. Okay, let me see. What could these flowers be? This is carmine. No. Maybe let's go for this is dark flesh. Oh, this is dark flesh. Let me see. Maybe this can be for the, hold on, friends. Maybe this is the dark part that I am looking for. I hope I don't ruin the face of this girl. Giselle. Giselle is her name. Okay, so let's just put a little bit, okay, on the sides and see what that actually looks like. Do I still have water? Okay. Ah, it is. So now you can see better. All right. So I like it. Just from looking at it, I didn't think it was flesh. So the thing about watercolor pencils, I feel, is for a beginner, I feel it is more forgiving in terms of making a mistake, because you can put it down very, very slowly, right? Unlike if you're using, let's say, the liquid watercolor, I think they're more for, experts like Wims. And some of the artists in our group, like Linda Nishay Butey, my friends, is actually an awesome artist. If you have not checked out her work just yet, please do so. She's amazing. Okay, I don't know what color this one is, but yeah, we'll see. Let's see, and maybe some of those yellow ones. Okay, and then rose carmine. Okay, let's do those. All right. All right. See, I'm being very brave, Wims. Okay. For those who know me, this is something I absolutely fear. Make me do anything. Okay, just don't make me do this. All right. So oh, the darkest one should be in the middle. All right, that is correct. That's the dark. All right, so all right, and then this is the lighter one. Is it the lighter? Okay. So if you want to see, my friends, the showcase of the works of some of our dear friends, okay, who have joined us for Stashtember, and of course yours truly's work, okay, for the past month. What have I actually created? Okay, I am amazed as well at how I am able to come up with the projects that I have been able to finish, as this is something really difficult for me as well. And so I am really very grateful, because most of the work actually you guys did for me, right? So you were the ones who made it easier by helping me choose, right? So you did choose a lot of the episodes on in terms of what stamp I am gonna be working with, right? So you all did that. So thank you, thank you. Okay, so I don't know if the water is coming out, but very, very slightly, which is what I really want. Okay. Again, I'm not doing, I don't know what I'm doing actually. I'm just coloring away. All right. And I know that I can easily drag those colors, okay, away onto others as well. Okay, so I'm not really right. So that's the thing with this. They're very kind of pigmented, right? So I just need to cut parts of that here and there, and then mix it, and then just add a bit of color, not even, you know, intentionally making it perfect, right? So, and then I'm gonna probably add a little bit of green for, for our leaves. Okay, so let's do a little bit of greens for the leaves. Leaves, leaf, leaf. Also, so let's start with those. All right, so there's a leaf over there. Okay, leaf, leaf. The thing with this, that's why I chose this as well, is because it is really not meant to be like colored in a very like detailed manner, right? So I feel that it's okay to this time really be very creative, in a sense that no perfection needed in terms of the coloring, and so it's not gonna be as what do you call this, scary to color it in. And I think I'm gonna call this done. So just bits and pieces of it will have to be colored, as this is the original, my friends. So only the hair and the face. So in my case, the doodled ones, I will keep as black, so to speak. So it's just the color. It's as far as I can go. I'm scared enough already. All right. So that is, for my part two. Okay. So as I said, right? So don't be scared, my friends. Okay. And if you are looking for perfection, right? So this is not the channel to do that, right? So I'm a very imperfect crafter. Okay. You, yeah, there you go. I know it's just here somewhere. I just need to find a way to look for it. Okay, so it has to be a 5 by 7. All right, so okay, so by all right, So something like that. Let me see if I can. Oh, okay. So okay, 4.5. Some more. Okay. Okay. All right. So that would be great. Okay. And then, so it's not a 5x7. It's not as big. Okay. So there you go. It's an off size size. Okay, but that's fine, right? So, and probably with this, okay, is okay. I would come up with okay some, you know, pattern paper that I could use for the background. Okay. I was just using it. Okay, so truly let's do 4.5. Okay. Okay. So a 4.5 by okay. Where is that? All right, there you go. That kind of looks great. Okay, and then I need to come up with a sentiment for that. Oops, sorry. So just looking for like a perfect sentiment for her. Okay. Maybe this cryptic hello would be perfect for her. Right? Okay, so that would be great. Okay, let me just color that white. Okay, because this has become quite dirty. So I will just color it. Okay. With white to cover up the dirt. Okay. Okay, there we go. There you go. That is heat embossed. Okay, and then we're just gonna put hello. Wow! See how fast that was. Right? So we're making good time, my friends. Right? So this is for day number 29. Okay, and probably another thing I can do with this is to kind of ink it, splatter it, do a little bit of splattering. Okay, although I'm kind of scared about that one. Okay. And then we're going to put our scripty hello onto that one. But first, splattering. Okay. Or do I do a pink as a splatter? You know, where's my black? I cannot find my black. There you go. Okay, and then we're just gonna cover that part. Okay, the face of our. Okay. So we will just get some. Okay, and get a bit of ink. All right, and just splatter away. Okay. Whoop. There you go. All right, so okay, I have splattered black ink everywhere, and that is fine. I just need to just wipe some off from my wooden placards. Okay, there you go. I need to clean my table. That is, see, it's not too white anymore, right? So, and I like that. Okay, so let me just clean my desk, okay, from the splattering. Okay, and then put in our sentiment hello. Okay, so let me go. Is there a standard size for a tag? No. None whims. If you have seen the tags that I've created, they're all from scraps. So whatever scrap I have, that's the one I use. Anyway, normally I use these tags to accompany my gift, right? And gifts come in different sizes, right, as well. So I feel that, there is really no right or wrong in terms of the size. Ta-da! Okay, let's put a little bit of subtle bling. Okay. What do I want? Okay. Okay. All right. And we'll call it done. Yay! That is number 2. That's day 29. All right. So we're off to our last day. So for me, this is already a masterpiece, right, my friends? Look at that. I watercolored. Woot woot. Right? So it's not even. Yeah, I know even a child, a 5-year-old can do this, friends. All right. So where's the first ones? Oh no, I hope I didn't splatter it with black. Okay, so these are my tags, right? That I could, but let me just show some of the tags I did. Whims. So look, Whims. I have tags like this side. I have tags like, so you can see the like side by side comparison, like how big and how small it is. So I have them like this. I have them like that. I have them like this. So really doesn't matter, tags, or it can be like the big ones, like do I have them? I do have a big one like the Team Holtz one, right? Like the tags like this, right? So the Manila or the black or the white, that's biggest or bigger than this, that's also possible. So whatever, as long as it's supposed to accompany a gift, right? So that is the prompt. Okay, so now we're doing our last project. Okay. So our last project is to combine three sets, of let me just move this watercolor pencils away from the table so I can have space. Okay, so and throw this so I can have a space to start our next project. Okay, but first let us go back to the chat. Where is my, okay, there you go. Let me see. Oh, Mira's still playing. All right, so there you go. I made it to work. Yay! That's a bit far, Barbara. Right? So glad you made it safely, Barbara. This is Lisa, Barbara, in case you have not met her yet. Yes, she's Small Paper Stars. She's based in Canada, my friends. There you go. Oh, Mira's still playing. Mira is actually Wim's awesome baby daughter, and of course, before Wims could join us, okay, she has to make sure that Mira is already sleeping. Where is that stamp from? It is again. This is a Prima. This is a Prima. Okay, so it's a Prima product. Okay, it's a Prima marketing. Okay, product. Okay, there you go. I think that's better. All right, Prima marketing. So this is called the Prima Princesses Collection. So each one has a name. Like this is Stella, this is Sydney, this is Zara, right? So if and when you guys have time, Wims is a Joyful Crafters Club member. When you have time, you can, go to the Club Hub Wims, and then you can stamp away with these stamps. Right. Okay. Yes, I said none. Shanna said, I coloring now. Not my strength either, right? But then, it has to be done. And hopefully, if I have, it's like one of the things I actually started loving coloring already, especially with alcohol markers. But when my Copic started drying up, so it's so hard. It's like I lost interest in it again. So hopefully I can pick it up, for the next couple of months, as I need to create a lot of things for December. Yeah, so Susan said also no, right? So I feel the same way, Wims, that there is no like perfect or standard size for a tag. So any size, yes, absolutely. Small, big, medium, round ones, rectangular, square, right? Go. Or even shaped like, the one we did, like I'll be doing a money envelope. Oh, that's a better gift, actually. Okay. I think tags can be any size to fit the need. Yes, exactly. Okay. And Samantha works. Hello, hello. Yes, thank you so much for that. Oops, accidentally pressed a button. No worries, Lisa. All right. I'm not sure what time is it for Lisa. Also morning, I think. She is I think same as Eastern US. I think, Canada is so big as well. All right. So, let us go back first to Okay, let me check. Okay, please do remind me that I have a poll in the chat. Okay, so I want to see is like how many of you guys, let's be honest, okay, which do you have less than 10? You have 20 to 20, excuse me, 30 or too many to count. All right, so let us now go to the last one. And our last prompt is actually okay, create a favorite project. So for me, as I said, I don't think I really have a favorite project. So, but what I'm gonna do is just three different unused stamps, and I'll create a project out of these three. Okay, actually, I have more. Right? So I have here this. Okay, this is from I don't know. I don't remember anymore. So that's gonna be a subtle background, and then I'm gonna put my favorite characters, okay, and then slap on a sentiment, and I think that's done. So it's like a birthday party of some sorts, where you have a ninja, you have our geeky friends like me, and an owl, okay, in the card. Okay, it's a hodgepodge of just so it's like, okay, I can use them all. Okay, where is this one coming from? Okay, I think this is from the other water brush. Okay, I'll get to use that later. So as you can see, this is a slim line. So we will work with slim line. The reason for that is so that we can use our slim line cards. They're so big, doesn't actually fit into our. Okay, so we will use this. So we will have to stamp this first. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this one. Oh, it's not possible. Okay, so we have no option. Okay, but to stamp, okay, on okay, but this one, it does need to have a rubber. Okay, oh, I know. Okay, let's just put on our sticky mat. Okay, like so. Okay, but will the stamp be able to? No, cannot. I really cannot. Okay, I do have. The thing is, friends, if you're gonna stamp on a hard surface like that, it's hard to get a crisp image. So you really need to have like something like a bit sturdy, but still will have a little bit of a give. And this is actually a really from my scrapbooking days. It's really a stamp mat. Okay, so it's big. Because it's supposed to be able to also be used for 12 by 12. So the good thing I still have this. And I remember where it is. Wow, woot woot. Because normally that's something I would not be able to do or remember. Okay, so it is a cling. Okay, so let me see if I do have something that I can hold that. If I do have a big block, stamping block, do I have something as big as that? Okay, or is it only 6 inches? Okay, let me see. Let me check. Okay, it's okay. Maybe At least something I can just hold on to it with. All right, so it's gonna be like, okay. So we will ink this first, okay? Just a subtle, inking at the background. So let me choose. So let's use this Morning Frost Altenew, right? So it's the lightest of all of that family. Okay. Oh, but then again, I do want it to be a birthday theme. So maybe we will do something something a little bit more birthday color theme. Okay, so maybe let us do the mountain mist. Or do I do the pinks? You know what? Let's just do pink. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is definitely not going to be perfect as it is a one-time thing only. Right? I cannot do this more than one or more than once because this one doesn't fit. I don't have a stamp platform as huge as this. And even my stamp positioner isn't as long and as wide as this one. And so I have to make sure that, whatever I do, that has to be it. That is it, pansit, so to speak. Let me just check. Good. This is it, pansit. In 3, 2. All right, that's it. All right. All right, let's try to do it again. That was a part, or maybe I could cover that. Okay, but let's try to do it again. And I think I don't like this color. It's like orange, so not that. Okay. So let's try to do a different color. Okay. That first. We have. Let's try a different shade. The lawn fawn one. Okay. Let us try this one. Okay, but take a look at the first one we did. So more or less I know how I should focus on. This actually is a very good stamp because you know how it is, some stamps, they're not really raised so much. This is really a very well made stamp. And thus even, see, it's very actually crisp. Okay, so let us put in our card base, so to speak. Card. Okay, the top. Card top. So, we'll Okay, so where was that day? So it was like that. So where this one is where it kinda didn't stand. Did you see that? I moved. Okay. It's okay. It wasn't as bad. All right, I'm gonna do this again. Oh, this is hard. This is hard. See, before, how were we able to stamp prior to the advent of? Oh, I found a solution. All right, I can actually do it this way. Yay! All right. Okay, so I could just stamp the background. Doesn't have to be perfect. I would stamp it. Okay. On the solution. Okay. Change strategy, friends. Change strategy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, all right. So it's gonna be that. So I'm gonna move. Okay, and then we are going to grab this. Okay, and then we are going to, okay, let's put a piece of paper underneath. Let's put the paper underneath. Okay, so that we will not mess up my stamping mat. Okay, and then we will stamp around it. Okay. There you go. We'll try to stamp the other parts. Okay, again, I know we could use different stamps, but I want to use a stamp I have not used just yet. All right, and that's fine because in the end that will be covered. Just an idea, looking at the idea. It looks so messy and such at the middle, but then it's gonna be covered anyways. All right, so let's see if that kind of works out. Oh, it's still a little. I should have extended it more. Should have gone outside. Okay. See, we will not stop. Or maybe what I can do is okay. Have another idea. Okay. So we will, let's do another idea. I'll no longer use this. I will just directly stamp onto the page, and then I will cut the sides. Okay, it's important that the sides are perfect because that's the part where, okay, no breathing. No breathing. No moving. Ta-da! Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right. Okay, all right. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is to choose something a little bit smaller. There you go. So that you can still see, right, the sides of it. Okay. That was the part I wanted. Okay. Because if I use the bigger ones, it will cover that one and I want it to be seen. Right? So, so that was one stamp. Okay, so let's do. Okay, now we are going on to our next stamp. All right, so to use three, right? So to use three. So maybe, I cannot use all three. That's one. Maybe this is the second. Or maybe, because they're too tall. Unless I cut it and I put them inside. Yes, that can be. So we can, let me see. Which one? I'll keep you in my thoughts. So glad to call you. Okay, so we need three, Lala. We need three. So if I only use one of them, you make my heart go boom. Okay, but no, because this is happy celebrate. Right, so it didn't say happy birthday anyways because it's covered, so it's more of just celebrate and stuff, so that's good. All right, so do we do the ninjas or the owls? So for a ninja, amazing friend, I'm on a secret mission to steal your heart. I spy a great friend. You've stuck right into my heart. I am your secret admirer. I like that. I'm your secret admirer, right? So we can do one like that. Okay, maybe like this. All right, so we'll do the three. All right, so we'll put them inside like so. And then, so this one has to go away. And then we'll use a sentiment from this one. Okay. That's a hey you. Ooh, I'm so happy for you. I am thinking how I can incorporate a second stamp. How can I incorporate a second stamp? Okay, so while thinking about that, let me just stamp this. I can start coloring. All right, let me think. Okay, do you have ideas? So I can incorporate all three, right? So I feel that now that I'm actually working on it, that it might not be a great paper for coloring, stamp and color, and fuzzy cut and put. Okay. Ching. Ching. Okay. So there goes our ninjas. Okay. Remember, this stamps, we've been pulling it out for so many times, but we never really got to use it because it was never ever chosen. So I'm pulling it out again. All right. So Ding. So now we just need, while we're thinking of how to put in the next prompt. Okay, let me check what you guys are saying. Oh, you can't. It's okay, Wims. It's okay. Have a great day, Barbara. Thank you so much for watching. All right, just one more. Okay, several more. Okay, so let's go for our ninja. Ninja. Where are my colors? Okay, C5, C7. Where's my C3? All right, so let's go for our ninjas. Okay. There goes our ninja. Okay. Okay, and they will be part of what? Right? When I was younger, I wanted to be a ninja. Right? So I wanted to like I love watching those like martial arts kind of things. I wanted also that they could like fly. Okay, so let me see how I'm gonna incorporate three. Okay, I can get a sentiment from the others, but it doesn't. Okay, let me check the chemist one. Maybe they can. And you know why I chose this as well? Because it's the easiest to color, I think. Right, compared to the others. So all right. There goes our ninjas. This would be a great like crafty ninja. Who am I? Maybe if it's me, you would see me with scissors, right? Because I love fussy cutting. And then maybe if one is wearing a teal ninja costume instead of gray or black, it means it's Lynn. Something like that. Like, how will you know it's this crafter without even saying it's this crafter kind of thing, right? But just if we all would look like a ninja, how would we be able to identify, each other? Okay. Something like that. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna be fussy cutting this anyway, so I'm not worried about going outside the lines. Kinda. Okay. All right. So after this, I'm gonna show you everything I've done. Okay. I know there's some of the cards I think I can't find. I don't know where, but most of it is actually here. I don't know. Maybe I placed it in the center already in the craft hub. Maybe because I can't find them here. So just it. So there goes my ninjas. Okay. It's okay if they go beyond the lines because as I said, I'm gonna be fussy cutting that part anyway. Okay, so okay. And then I will right there we go. Oh my gosh, it's October 1st tomorrow, my friends. Didn't realize that, right? October 1st. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know Queen Bee said she was supposed to post something. Okay, did she? I think I didn't see it. Okay, maybe she was waiting for my reply and I didn't reply ASAP. But if you are still here, Queen Bee, go ahead and post it. Okay, if you do have something of an announcement, okay, please, do so. Okay. All right. So this is C5. Okay. All right. There goes our ninja number 1. All right. And here goes our ninja number 2. Yikes. Wrong, 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 wrong. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, and then finally, our last one, but not the least. Our awesome ninja number 3. And they are super awesome. Okay. Okay. And then let's do a flash. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot this ninja's like black stripes. But actually this is not black. This is gray 7, cool gray. Okay, number 7. All right. Okay, so let's just add a bit. Oh, oh, it's dry again. Another dried up marker, my friends. Why, oh, why, oh, why? Okay, so there you go. Let's just put a little bit of, you know what, friends? I'm getting hungry. I am hungry. KYR000. All right, and then now let's fuzzy cut away. Okay. And we will put this together onto our card later on, like so. Okay, and I will put him. Okay. Okay, so okay, how's everybody? Okay, Wim said, I really wanted to finish the last. It's okay. Oh, Shanna also left. Thank you, Shanna. And Barbara as well. Don't stress out over it. Yes, that's true. You've done about 27. All right, that's fine. You know, when you have younger kids. Yes, absolutely. Right? I agree with Wims, with Susan Wims. And again, the intent of this challenge is to just, you know, smash through your stash, especially your stamps, only if you can, right? So this is supposed to be fun, right? And I had an amazing time. Even I, you know, I wasn't able to do it like exactly daily, right? And yes, we absolutely need to give ourselves grace, right? This is meant to be a happy, right? A happy and fun activity for us all. And so if the challenge or challenges somehow gives you, you know, doesn't give you joy or stresses you out, I think that should not be the case. Yeah, might as well not do it if it does so, right? So you're supposed to enjoy it unless you really want to, like, let's say you intentionally want to use it as a way for you to, you know, intentionally work out or use some of your stash. Okay, then that's fine. But again, if the process somehow stresses you, then that's not the intent. Okay, and of course I know that Wims also, of course, knows her priority, right? It has to be, of course, okay, family and work, and then, if she has time, crafting. So I'm super grateful again, friends, for you guys showing up in the chat. Um, we also learned so many, right? So the suggestions you're sharing about what you have experienced in the past with some of the things that we did, this past 30 awesome, amazing days, right? So more than the projects I created is really the fun of being with you all, doing this. You guys are awesome. Again, if you do need to go, that's fine. You can always watch on replay, or even if you can't, that's also fine. The fact that you were here, whether you commented or not, I'm super grateful. Um, that is more than enough. And again, a million thanks to you all. I am not gonna sing that. Right. So there. Ching ching ching. Okay. And then I just need to have the third stamp. Okay, where am I gonna get that thing from the third stamp? Let me see. Why, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. For a friend that's a hoot and a half. We can't say a hoot and a half. So glad to call you my friend. There you go. We could use one of those sentiments. Okay, let me see if we can still think of a better, nicer, more fun way, of adding some elements of the other stamp, okay, into our current stamp. I spy a great friend. You know what? I think I'm gonna do I spy a great friend. Okay, and then I'm gonna say happy birthday to, yes. All right, so we're gonna add the happy birthday stamp from this one. Okay, okay, got it. So there you go. We still are able to use, okay, the parameter. Woohoo! Okay, taking our cue from, craft roulette, where, as long as you can explain how that is somehow tied to the parameter, okay, then it's good to go. Right. So that will be good. Right. There you go. Ta-da! Are almost done with our ninjas. Super fun ninjas. I did love this kinds of stamps, especially when my kids were younger, because I knew that these things I could always use, as an awesome, to create cards that are super easy and fast. Okay, so let's kick it soon for a ninja amazing friend. Happy birthday to you. I spy a great friend. Okay, I think this is nicer for a ninja amazing friend, because it's really ninja, right? But then where will I put the, it could be, if I make it like a portrait one. If we turn it into a portrait, let me see. Okay, it could be also fun to have it. Okay, because if it becomes a portrait, okay, and so I can make something like that. So yeah, yeah, something like that. And then for a ninja friend. Okay, and then what will be my next? Okay, happy birthday to. I will just cut the happy birthday to Woo. So there, I still get to use three. Just a sentiment though on that one. All right, so maybe this one we should kind of ink that one because it's way too bland. Okay, but this one, all right. So, okay, what do you think? Or if it's gonna be like this, as I actually like it better, if it's like this, okay, and then we could probably put the okay, the sentiment over here, over there, and then another one here at the bottom. Oh, I'm so happy for you, or happy birthday for a friend that's a hoot and a half. Okay, so we'll do that one, or we'll do that and that over there. Yes, yes, I think that's it. That is it. Okay, so now I just in a bit. Where is my sticky mat? Okay, so let's just use that sticky mat to color this in. Okay, so let's put my ninjas up first a bit as I color that in. And maybe we can remove this already. Okay. And then we can remove this as well. Okay. All right. So we need, okay, some of our, this. Okay. And what a color. What color? What color? Okay. So, okay. So let me see. Maybe the stick on card. Okay. Okay. All right. So we are just going to color in a little bit the edges. Okay, intentionally not making it perfect, my friends, because I do want those little bits of white at the background, right? So there you go. So that my ninjas can do like that. Good job. All right. All right. Okay. Go back. Let us assemble this part first, and then we will work with our sentiments. But first, okay, let me just wipe my fingers as they're very inky and I might ruin our project, right? So let us, okay, okay, attach this one. Don't worry, Wims. All right. Remember, you did something for Uhuhu? I think you finished that, right? Didn't you, Wims? All right. So there you go. We are doing 3 projects, my friends, right? So today, so we are going to, okay, we are going to kind of do this, okay, so as to not cover, okay, those like negative strips. It would have been nicer if I cut that in black, right? If I die cut that in black. But I did not. I die cut it in white. So anyways, that's fine. That will do. Okay. Because we still do want to have a show, okay, or for our ninja to be seen. Okay, so something like that. So our ninja can still peek into it. Right? So right, let me put that in. Again, this is a regular slim line. So this is the biggest or longest slim line, right? So you can have like him do like that, ching. Okay, and then we can have the second one, ching, and then the third. Now this is going this way, that way, and he is the one in the middle, and he will be the one that is flat. All right, see, he is going to be the flat ninja. Okay, and he's going to be inside of the frame. Right, like so. And this too will be a little bit raised. Right, so see, so cute, right? Okay, and then you can have him like ching. Okay, and then you can have the next one. Okay, going on to or moving towards the other side. All right. And then after this, I will pull out the poll and check. Okay, what did you guys say? All right. Now it's just the sentiments. Okay, let me see. Okay, come on. Okay, can't see. I don't know what's wrong with this camera. Right? So anyway, we're just gonna put in our sentiments. So for an amazing friend, ninja amazing friend over there. And then we're gonna do the birthday one. Okay, so let us my mini, where is my mini? Anyways, let's just use this. Okay, and we will have this one. Okay, pull in some. Okay, here. All right, so one for here and one for there. Let's just remove this ninja. Okay, and since we're gonna be heat embossing this one, okay, add some anti-static powder onto both so that, okay, embossing them, okay, won't be a problem. All right, and then we're gonna use some Versamark ink. I can find them. That's what happens when you're, don't you feel like, when do I mostly kind of lose stuff? When it's at near the end of the show, right? Because that's the time when I have already a lot of things pulled out. And normally, it's like I just throw in things here and there. And I often can't find them anymore. Okay, so let me see if perfectly because these are new stamps, right? So I'm not sure if we can have a like perfect um okay, but whatever happens, that is fine. We are going to work with what we have. All right, we're gonna pull that out. Okay, and then we're gonna heat emboss these. Okay, by okay, what could be the color we want for this? That so maybe this one. Because this is the darkest I have. Oh, but this is brown. This is what is this one? Oh, smoke. Hickory smoke. Yes. So for a ninja amazing friend, a happy birthday to you. All right. So we're just going to put this back and then we're going to heat emboss that one, those two sentiments, and we're going to put it in our and we're going to heat emboss it. What is happening to this one? Angled with the wire of my heat tool. There you go. So that's better. Okay, so now we will just heat emboss this one. Okay, and then we are done. And we will showcase. Sorry about going longer than usual. Just a few minutes, because anyway, this is our last. And I actually did 3 prompts, my friends, today. Right? So I hope that you did have, somehow inspired you to go through your stash and has enjoyed Stashtember as much as I have. Again, thank you so much to our dear friends who have joined. Right? So I know that Wims, Vicky, um, Anna, um, Amy, Yulin of Productivity Playground, Jaded. Oh my gosh, I ruined the amazing friend. I accidentally touched it. Oh gosh. Okay. All right, but not gonna go back to that. See, I accidentally touched it. Ugh. Anyways, it's okay. Not going for perfection. No more time to go back for that and remake it. All right. So again, when it's still hot, my friends, try not to touch that, because since yes, it's like still liquid, so it can smear, and it did smear. Right, so we are going to remove the happy birthday to Woo, because it's not a it's instead happy birthday to you. All right, and then for a ninja amazing friend. Okay, so the happy birthday to you came from the owl. Okay. Alright, so there you go. For a ninja amazing friend. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Okay, so we are going to, where is that? Okay. So we are going to put the adhesive over there. Okay, and we're just gonna put this over there. Okay, and then this one over here in the middle also. And happy birthday. So it's a different kind of, not the usual birthday colors. right? But that is our card number 3. Is it wonky? There you go. I'm so happy. Yay, yay, yay. All right, so that is day 30, my friends. Yes, so this is our last project for, okay, it's September 30. The tags are, okay, our September 29. Oh, 28. This is our project for September 29, and this is our last where I combined 3 stamp sets. Okay, so now, okay, I want to show you all the projects we did. Okay, almost all, because I think there are some that are missing. So these are the projects that we did for the whole, okay, the Stashtember. Okay, so there you go. This is the projects for Stashtember. All right, so let's go through them one by one. It's not arranged according to the day, right? So this is one of those. Okay, I think the prompt here is flat, right? So anyway, so I featured my country, right? So again, I'm from the Philippines, and this is supposed to be like use only, like the stamps and flat. Okay, no layering, no nothing, right? So this is another card we did. I don't remember the prompt for this anymore. All right. So, and then I know for that same day we did this as well, right? So, and then we have this. Okay, I don't remember anymore the prompts, my friends. But then again, if you want to check out, I do have a playlist for Stashtember. This is another one. All right, and then I remember though that these 3 cups were from one day. Okay, so definitely all the stamps I used are stamps that I have not used. Some were as old as 20, 15 years ago, right? So there you go. The what do you call this? The youngest stamp in my stash is a Lin's, and it was just about 2 months ago. Okay, but otherwise, almost all the stamps are quite old. And I know that this is also from the same day. Right? And this third. Okay, I know they're all from the same day. Right? And then this one, I know is from the same day as well. This, I know that there was something else. I forgot what. Okay, and then this, of course. Okay. I think the stamps there are the backgrounds. Okay, here, this is what makes you beautiful. Okay, I think this is from the same day. This 3. Okay, this 3. All the flamingos were all from the same day. Right? So these are all products of our Stashtember. Right? So this was, I think, one of my earliest, the first week of Stashtember. Okay, this one too. Okay, where I also okay, what's this for here? I'm not sure if this is the part of Stashtember. Yeah, I think so. Definitely this, I remember. Oh, this one. Okay, yes. Right. Okay. And then this. Okay, and then this. All right. So far, which one is your favorite, my friends? Right? So in my case, it's like, no, I can't choose a favorite. I like them all. Right? All right. So this was, I think, use your alphabet stamps for this one. Right? So there you go. And this is, oh, this one. This is epic. I made so many mistakes in this live stream, right? So I'll never forget this. This was like you create a sin using stamps, layering stamps, right? I made so many mistakes creating this card, but in the end, it turned out quite okay, right? So there you go. Okay. So yeah, this one was with the, interactive. Okay, and then the snow globe. I love this one. Of course, this I think was one of the very first ones. And then another, light up card. Okay, and then this one. All right, and of course, our cards for today. Okay, so imagine there are more than, this is more than 50 plus, almost. Okay, let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 45. Oh no, 46, 47, 48. Okay, so we did 48 projects, okay, for Stash Timber. And I know that there are other cards still missing. Okay, I just don't know. Maybe when Yaya, my nanny, cleaned my table after, she placed it somewhere. I couldn't find it anymore. Right? But these are okay. So this is for our last, day. All right. So with that, okay, now I want to show you some of the submissions on Discord. Okay. Okay. So some of our friends actually submitted theirs through Discord. Okay. And so I'm pulling it out. Okay. We just go to my Discord and let's go through. Okay. Most of this are actually, so we do have, let me see, the bigger. Okay. So let's do the bigger one. Okay. Or maybe this one. Okay. So let me just change this to, okay, preview. Nope, Safari. All right. So, okay. Why is it so small? Okay, my friends, why is this so small? Okay. Let me just do it again. Okay. Okay, and make this Safari. So this is Discord, my friends. Okay, let's do custom. So I can make it really, really big. Okay, I'm trying to showcase this. But how do we showcase it bigger? All right, so this is our Stashtember album, but it is very small. Hold on. Let me change to a different scene. Okay, there you go. That's better. Okay, so this was from Whims. This is day 1 of Whims. All right, so for day 1, let me see. All this never used stamp. Okay, so she made it on her journal, art journal. Her day 2 is impulse buy. Okay, a stamp that she used. Okay, that was an impulse buy. That is a gorgeous, I think, stamp. All right. And then for day 3, her neglected background. Look at that awesome, beautiful background. Again, this is Whimsical Thoughts, my friends, on IG, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. All right. And then, yes, you can follow me in Instagram, Whimsical Thoughts, my friends. All right. The next is day 4, mini set madness. All right. So she also did like a, what do you call this? A flamingo. Okay. I don't remember what day I did flamingo, but she did this from one of her Alten You, and then waffle flower, and then another stamp. So she used actually 3 stamps to create this one. Okay, and then for day 5, this is word art. This was her project. So she surrounded the background with word art. Beautiful. She actually used 2 stamp sets for this one. You can see. Oops. All right. So for day number 6, it was this one. Stashtember. Okay, what was day 6? Day 6 is stamp stencil combo. Right? So she used those that stencil at the back. Okay, that flourishy kind of stencil, but subtly, okay, as a background over there. That's so beautiful. I love the colors as well here, Wims. All right, for day 7, finish a project with an unused stamp. All right, so here the stamp were the backgrounds, and it was so done so perfectly well that it actually really blended with the background, right? So how beautiful is that? She used some perfect pearls, distress inks, and nouveau drops. All right, and then for day 8, it was holiday stash. Oh, I love this. Right? So, oh, look at those fussy cutting, right? And that background. Okay, she did use 2 stamp sets here. So I think it was in halfway through the stash temper that Wim said, Mommy Lala, I don't have any more stamps to smash. Right? So this was day number 9, birthday neglect. Another beautiful, beautiful card, right? Sweet birthday wishes. All right. So if you want to check out this works, you can check out her Instagram. Day 10 is Floral Frenzy. All right. So this one. Okay. So everything has that kind of a mixed media, art journally kind of look, but everything is so beautiful, right? Look at that. Right. So look at the texture, the play of colors. It's super amazing. Thank you so much, Wims, for inspiring us. Day 11 is animal antics. Oh, this is so cute. Look at that. All right. So she used like 4 different animals. Friends are a special blessing. All right. So for day number 12, okay, it was seasonal stamp. Okay. So she chose this one, rainbow, to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Very easy. She just used Ohuhu markers, right? Some pattern papers and her nouveau drops. All right, there you go. All right. Next is day number 13, sentiment spotlight, right? So dream, hope, and belief. All right. So from Kelly Creates, that's the stamp set that she has used for this one. All right. And then, of course, you have for day 14, mix and match. All right, that one. I love it. I love that sentiment, thinking of you. Okay, and that's from MFT. Okay, so 2 stamps from MFT and the spellbinders, and of course, the inks that she used. Again, if you want to check out this, okay, head on to Whimsical Thoughts on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, she is Whimsical Thoughts on all the socials. So day 15 for her is heat embossing. That's the technique. All right, and this is what she did. So to create that resist kind of look, she did heat emboss those, and then the color somehow resisted, and you can still see it. It's beautiful. All right, so day 16 is watercolor play, one of our favorites, and this is such a perfect stamp to do this. All right, I think I also have this stamp. I've never used it as well. Why did I put this out? Yes, I have 4 of this. I never used it. Right, amazing. Look at that. How brave, Wims is. It's for me when I have that kind of look, I'm gonna be afraid, right? So she just let the watercolor, run through and just do its work, right? And that is what the watercolor is meant to be. Right? So thank you so much, Wims. Day 17, alcohol marker. All right, so coloring using alcohol markers. All right, so another from the same manufacturer. This is Vintage Blooms, right? Beautiful coloring. Day 18 is tone on tone. Yes. Oh, I love this. This is a stamp set from Papel at Iba Pa, one of our dear partner stores here in the channel. And I love that she, the background complemented that awesome sentiment from that stamp set. All right. And then day 19, okay, what was day 19? Is stamp only card, right? So nothing but stamps, all right? And these are all the things she did. All right, beautiful, another beautiful one, right? Okay, you really need to focus on it to look at the many different textures and elements. Day 20 is making magic. I used the stencil to mask, not sure if that counts. Absolutely, right? So there you go. Beautiful. Look at that. In focus. All right. So number 21. Day 21. Oh, I forgot. Off the page. Yes, you're supposed to use your stamps for other than the card. All right. So she used her Aeon Create and 2 other stamps. One from Echo Park, another for Spellbinders, to decorate her planner. Right. She also does planner playthroughs. Okay, so if you have not checked that out, please do so. And then this is alphabet soup. So combine different alphabets, okay, of different stamp sets if you do have. right? This is beautiful. Merry Christmas. So different stamp sets from different manufacturers. And the background she used with the Spellbinder's clear stamp. Look at that. All right. So next one. Day 23. Okay. Oh, I forgot this is a sentiment builder. So use at least 2 or several stamps, okay, where you could rather use a stamp where you can actually create or build, a sentiment. Just one stamp where you could, connect different sentiments and create a phrase or something like this, a message, right? Happy rainy day. It's on days like this that I miss you the most. All right. Okay, so far, which is your favorite, parents? And then number day 24 is 1-layer card or a flat card. All right, so for this one, I said no layering. All right, so for this one, this is day 25, monochromatic. All right, so all tinges and use of blue. Look at that. But look at that butterfly, right? And if you would look at the background, do you see the many small details that actually somehow it all blended together and create that beautiful, beautiful, awesome card? It's another look, right? Look at that butterfly. Amazing. She, I think, put Nouveau drops on those wings. Like, infinitely grateful. I love it. All right, day 27 is slimline or a mini card. There you go. She used thus at this point. She said, "I have used up all my stamps. No more stash." So woot woot, congratulations. So she used this face stamp again from Papel at Iba Pa. All right, there you go. That's the stamp. All right. Okay, so day 28 or day 26. She's coming back with day 26 for a shaker card. All right, so this is her take on the shaker card, right? Merry Christmas. Beautiful, as always, right? And then here we have Cat and Crafts. This is Anna. Okay, hello, sharing my Stashtember projects. Thank you so much, Wims, for the heads up. All right, so although you can't see it, okay, you'll see it in a bit. Okay, this is Anna, actually, if you can see. Right, she did a collage. That's her on the picture of, the stamped girl. Okay, all this never used stamp. This is her date number 1. Again, even if she was on vacation, she is able to join us. This is day 2. Okay, so she did, okay, hold on. All right, so you can see day 2. All right, so this is her day 2. Okay, this is Impulse Buy. All right, so these are 2 stamp sets that she somehow bought, okay, but never got to use, and now she used it on her planner. That's her awesome husband, Ton Ton Ton. Hello, Ton. All right, and this is day number 3, right? So day number 3 is neglected background, right? So if you have not checked her out, she is Cat and Crafts on Instagram, on Facebook. Okay, I'm not sure if she has a YouTube just yet, but definitely check her out on Instagram, Facebook, those 2. All right, so neglected background. She's also a proud member administrator of the Craft, Create, and Swap Club, or CCSC. All right. Okay, and then number 4 is Mini Set Madness. All right, so she, I think, used Paige Evans and some other stamps as well. So bloom and grow. Beautiful. All right, this is day number 5. Okay, word art. All right, so she also used, remember that faith stamp, right? Yes, that's what she used for this challenge. Okay, and then day number 6 is stamp and stencil combo. Oh, I love this, right? So she again did this on her journal. Beautiful, right? So if you really want to check out some other projects from Anna, you can head on to her channel again, Cat and Crafts. She's also a design team member of several companies. She's based in the UAE but is Filipina by heart, of course. This is day number 7, first finish. Okay. There you go. Again, on her this one on her traveler's notebook. Day number 8 is holiday stash. Oh, she used this, okay, the pattern, Christmas pattern papers, this designer stamp, and of course, some embellishments or ephemera. She created 2 cards, my friends. Gosh, see, I can't find a favorite. Everything's beautiful from Wims and Anna. This is day 9. Birthday neglect. All right, there you go. How awesome is this, right? She used tiny steps. Hold on, my friends. I just need a drink. Apologies. I know that you're enjoying anyways. All right, so that she used that very small lawn fun stamp set, right? So she showed that it doesn't have to be big, even the small ones, right? And then day number 10 is floral frenzy. Again, going back to working on one of her planners. Okay, this one is a disc bound one. All right, so that on the upper left is the stamp that she used to create this awesome like kiosk over there. All right, and of course full of florals. Number 11, day 11 is animal antics. Oh, cute. I remember this. This is another lawn fawn, I think. Yes. So when she uses lawn fawn, she also uses lawn fawn inks. Why not, right? Amazing. Thank you so much again, Anna, for joining. All right, let's have a bigger look. Okay. Next is number 12. This is, okay, from A and All Creates. Oh, this is her new. Okay, so if you want to check her out, this one is her like avatar, like that cat, my cat and crafts. Okay, that is her on all of the socials, my dear friends. All right, and then, okay, so if you have not yet following Whimsical Thoughts and My Cat and Crafts, I hope that you would do so, my friends. This is Sentiment Spotlight. Amazing. She made 4 cards. All right. So very subtle play. I love this. Look at those flowers and stuff. Right. So I think those are acetates. Okay. And then she stamped those sentiments. Again, the prompt here is Sentiment Spotlight. All right, next one is day 14. It's mix and match, right? So she created 2 actually, right? So like postcards or cards. Beautiful. And of course, she colored using Ohuhu markers. Okay, I hope that was Ohuhu. Hopefully, that's correct. Day 15 is heat embossing. All right, amazing. Right, so she made it look like there's 2 tones, so one is covered in black, and that's beautiful. And then she mix and match her sentiment backgrounds, right? So black and white kind of thing. I love that. So Team Halt's sentiments, right? And of course that stamp set that from the same manufacturer that Wims also did. Okay. I think we all got that from a Kara Craft event. Right, and this is Stashtember day number 16, watercolor play. Wow, beautiful watercoloring, my friends. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, number 17. This is marker test. Okay, so that's what she did for this challenge. All right, so again, using Ohuhu markers. Okay, let's have a more focused look. And this is a shaker card. All right. We are now on day number 18. This is tone on tone. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, let me see. I love this. Right, so the different tones of pink. Okay, 3 cards. Thank you so much, Anna. That's beautiful. One of my favorites, I think. All right, and this is day number 19, stamp only card, right? So there you go, stamp only card. Okay, so just she stamped those using VersaFine. Okay, again, the stamp and color vintage stamps are what she used. There you go. Okay, although it's the same stamp, just changing the backgrounds a little bit made it, look different. Okay, and then we have day number 20, right? Mask magic. All right, so the masking. All right, beautiful once again. She just used this flower market stamp. And then for day 21, this is off the page. Again, you're supposed to use your stamps, except for a card. And she used it for a scrapbook layout. Yes, KSA. Oh, it's not UAE. It's KSA. Sorry, friends. It's not UAE. It's Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. All right, sorry. Okay, she is coming to us from KSA. Okay, not UAE. Sorry. Okay, apologies. Okay. All right, and then of course you have day 22 is alphabet. Oh, that's so cute! Alphabet soup. Okay, so that happy honeybee stamp that you can see, you can pick at the back. Okay, upper right back. Okay, and then she used this various colors, birthday colors. Okay, what do you call this? Basic colors, right? It's so pretty. I love it. All right. Okay, number. Okay, and that is where it ended for for Anna. Let me see if we have anybody else who submitted on Discord. Hold on. Okay. Oh, uh, okay. So I think it was only Wims and Anna, because they're actually been here in my Discord for a very long time. I actually lost access to my Discord for more than a year. So it's only now that we have actually returned to it. All right. So that, my friend, ends my Stashtember 2025. Right. So I hope that you had as much fun as I have. Don't worry if you're just dropping by right now and finding us. Okay, for the first time, you can always go through all of this. On it, there is a playlist on my channel, and please do check out the ones who also joined us. There's Jaden, there's Amy of Productivity Playground, Vicky of VJ Designs. I think she did 7 to 10 of the prompts. Okay, and for those who did not actually join us, actually created that's absolutely fine. But we're so grateful. But somehow, you guys, you were here with us somehow in 1 day or 2 days or the whole time. I'm so grateful. Again, Susan, thank you so much for being such an awesome friend and moderator. Even though you're not feeling well, you try your best to always be here. Right? So I'm just going through. Okay, let me see. Thank you so much again, Susan. That's a lot. Good job. Thank you. You guys as well, right? For pushing us. Thank you. That is really, what I have wanted to, but then again, I didn't want it to be something that would be like what do you call this? Something that would, bother you or become burdensome, right? But I'm so happy, Wims. Really, I'm so super grateful. Yes, she's exploring mixed media techniques to card making. Absolutely, because she's a painter. She's not just a crafter, she's really an artist, right? So she paints with different kinds of media. Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, I have to tweak that. Okay, I will tweak that. So if you do want to check out Anna, so I think Anna did up to 22, but you couldn't upload anymore. So please do check out her Instagram. Again, it's Cat and Crafts. Wims is Whimsical Thoughts, right? So Wims does have a YouTube channel. Okay, and Anna, I'm not sure yet. Anna, do you already have a YouTube channel? But anyway, just check it out, my friends. Hopefully, but definitely on Instagram and Facebook, she is there. Love the tone on tone. Yes, I love that too, right? Wims, it really like pop out to me. It was so elegant, right? But everything is beautiful. Agree. Yeah, it's been so much fun and so. Thank you so much, so much again. So guys, there's so many things happening in October. right? So October 9, 10, 11. Again, for those who are here in the Philippines, I would love to invite you over to PrintCon. Okay, starting tomorrow, I will be doing more information about that and how you can join. There's still time, right? Because there's a big space for us crafters over there, right? And of course, on those 3 days, I will be doing, or we will be showcasing a lot of make and takes, right? And there's also free classes, right? So, of course, my partner for that event in my main partner is going to be PF Crafts, and PF Crafts is going to be, showcasing, heat pressing, also leather, personalizing leather products, and so many other things. And if you visit our booth, okay, all you need to do is just show us that you're following us on our socials, and you get to spin the wheel. And when you spin the wheel, it's always a win. There is nothing there that says try again. You definitely will get something. Okay, sample examples of what you can get is you can actually get freebies from me or from PF Crafts, where you actually get to personalize it. Or it could be a sticker, it could be a stamp, it could be a tool, it could be so many things, right? So it could be a discount, major discount, so many things, right? So again, if you could visit us on PrintCon, it's going to be at the PTTC. It's very near World Trade Center. Again, I'll be pushing out more details in the coming days. If you do want to join us and showcase your awesome work, right? If you want to sell something, you're a crafter, definitely message me. Okay. Again, thank you so much for being here. And please, if you are watching right now and you have not yet pushed that like button, I hope that you would do so. And yes, please do share. Right? I know that there's so many who probably does not know about this one. So sharing is super appreciated. And of course, please do hit that notification bell. This bell is very important, my friends, because really it works, especially now and especially for small channels, right? So if you do hit this whenever that me or that content creator you're following, you get notified, right? YouTube notifies. And please, yes, if you do like what you've seen thus far, and you could and if you could consider subscribing, that would be super awesome. All right, way to go to PrintCon. We'll try to go to PrintCon. Yes, Wims. And even if, yes, I'm still hoping that you could, sell some of your stuff, right? Okay, it's okay, Wims. Okay, tomorrow is Wednesday. And supposedly, I go back to my regular programming, which is I go live every Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I think I might be going live again tomorrow. So make sure that you are hitting that notification and subscribe so that if I do go live tomorrow, you will see it. So I will hopefully showcase some more of, the if ever Wims and Anna is able to do the rest of the Stashtember prompts, then I will showcase that as well. And of course, do a project that I will be, showing. And so just to give you a preview of what, PrintCon is going to be, right? So for those who are in the US, in any part of the world, and you want to see how do we actually do convention, something like this, right? So you got to get a sneak peek because I'll be going live, okay, from that event on the 3 days, right? Yes, live again tomorrow. So you still have time to actually put those, remaining stash prompts on our Discord, Wims. Again, with that, thank you so, so much, my dear friends. God bless you all and see you again tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Susan. Love you, friends. Thank you, everyone.